Number 1. Tailbone Drama. Ah yes, the coccyx. Sounds like a medieval insult, feels like a betrayal every time you fall on your butt. Once upon a time, like way back when humans were hairy tree huggers, we had tails. Actual tails. Swing from the branches, swat the flies, wag when happy style tails. But now, we've got a sad little nub that does absolutely nothing except hurt like hell when you slip on ice. Your tailbone is basically the appendix of your spine. It's a leftover from our primate past, like wisdom teeth or that one cousin who still insists on using a flip phone. The coccyx doesn't help you balance, sit, or stand. It's just there. Existing. Barely. Technically, some muscles and ligaments attach to it, but they'd be just fine if it packed up and left town. Worst part? It's so fragile. One awkward yoga move or a poorly judged skateboarding trick, and bam, your useless tailbone is suddenly the main character in your pain saga. It's like the office intern who never does anything but causes total chaos the one time they try to help. Number 2. Goosebumps. For what exactly? So you're cold or scared or listening to a particularly aggressive Adele song, and suddenly, bam, tiny bumps all over your arms. Congrats, your body thinks it's a 400,000-year-old cave creature again. Goosebumps are what happen when tiny muscles at the base of your hair follicles contract. In our furry ancestors, this would puff up their coat to trap heat or make them look scarier. You just look like a cold, bumpy raisin. You are not intimidating. No one is backing away from your aggressively textured forearm. Here's the kicker. Your body still thinks this is useful. It's like an old software update your biology refuses to uninstall. Hey, let's help this mostly hairless mammal warm up by standing its 5 remaining arm hairs at attention. Thanks, evolution. Love the commitment. Number 3. Wisdom teeth. Nature's brutal joke. Raise your hand if you've had your wisdom teeth removed. Now put it down, because statistically, almost everyone watching has. These bad boys show up late to the party, crowd all the good spots, and then have to be forcibly evicted, usually with swelling, stitches, and a diet of mashed potatoes. The idea behind wisdom teeth made sense when people had jaws like Cro-Magnon linebackers and ate sticks, stones, and undercooked mammoth. They needed backup molars for chewing through the Stone Age buffet. But now, our jaws are smaller, our food is softer, and dental hygiene is a thing. Yet these third molars still show up like uninvited guests, trash the place, and cost you a couple grand in surgery bills. And no, they don't make you wiser. If anything, they're a reminder that nature has absolutely no exit strategy for human design flaws. Number 4. The appendix. Still useless, still angry. The appendix. The classic punchline of body part uselessness. Technically, it might do something vaguely immune-related, like hosting friendly bacteria. But let's be honest, it mostly just sits there, plotting your downfall. At any moment, it can decide to go full diva, get inflamed, and threaten to explode like a biological landmine. And for what? You don't even need it. If someone surgically removes it, you'll be fine. You won't even notice. It's the freeloading roommate of your digestive system. Does nothing, pays no rent, and randomly catches fire. The appendix is a relic from our plant-heavy ancient diet, when digesting bark and raw tubers was a whole thing. But modern humans nixed the bark and kept the bomb. Number 5. Male nipples. Thanks for nothing. Let's address the awkward anatomy question everyone pretends not to wonder about. Why do dudes have nipples? They don't feed babies, they don't do anything particularly useful, and yet, there they are, just vibing. Here's the deal. All embryos start out basically female. During early development, the body starts building all the default parts, including nipples, before hormones show up with the memo, hey, this one's gonna be male. By then, the nipples are already installed, and management decides not to uninstall them. Because why bother? So yes, male nipples are like the factory settings of human biology. Totally useless, but too much effort to redesign the system. They're the Windows XP help button of anatomy. Never clicked, never useful, but there for legacy reasons. Bonus round, they can technically produce milk under extreme hormonal circumstances. So congratulations, you're one weird hormone cocktail away from an utterly confusing medical emergency. Number 6, pinky toes, hanging on by a thread. We need to talk about the pinky toe, that sad little nub at the edge of your foot whose only job, apparently, is to find furniture in the dark and make you scream like a haunted banshee. Some scientists claim it might help with balance. cool, but so do your other four toes, and they're not trying to self-destruct every time you walk barefoot. The pinky toe is a holdover from a time when humans needed super gripping feet for climbing trees, balancing on uneven terrain, and looking generally apish. Now, we've got shoes, and sidewalks, and a healthcare system that can bill you $800 just to tell you it's probably just a bruise. The pinky toe is like an ancient dial-up modem stapled to the end of your high-speed foot, and if you lose it, turns out you'll be just fine. Most people adapt with zero drama. So basically, it's a toe that's already halfway out the door. Literally. Number 7, body hair, your skin's useless sweater vest. You ever notice that your body still insists on sprouting random patches of hair, even though it's 2025 and we have heating, clothing, and laser hair removal? Body hair used to be the human version of insulation. Think bear fur, but sadder. We had full coats to protect against cold, bugs, and the general trauma of living outside. But then, evolution took one look at fire, clothing, and the concept of shelter and went, let's just patch it up and call it good. What we're left with is weird tufts of hair in oddly specific places, armpits, eyebrows, back of the neck, like your body's trying to win a game of follicle roulette. Armpit hair supposedly helps with scent dispersion. Translation, it makes you smell worse. Thanks, nature. Basically, your body's fashion sense is 200,000 years out of date and refuses to evolve. Number 8, ear muscles, the forgotten flex. Try this. Wiggle your ears. Can't do it? That's okay. Neither can most people because you have muscles there that used to be useful for something. But now, they're the biological version of vestigial jazz hands. Animals use ear muscles to rotate their ears and detect where sounds are coming from. Cats do it like pros. Humans, not so much. You've got the hardware but no software. Like a car with tail fins. Cool in theory, but functionally pointless. A tiny percentage of people can twitch their ears voluntarily, but it doesn't actually help you hear better. It just makes you look like a confused squirrel. Evolution left those muscles behind like an abandoned tool shed, just in case we suddenly devolve back into sound-hunting cave goblins. Number 9, Palmaris longus, the ghost tendon. Here's a party trick you didn't know you could fail. Hold your arm out, touch your thumb to your pinky, and flex your wrist. See that tendon popping out in the middle? Or not? That's the Palmaris longus, a muscle that 15% of humans don't even have. And the best part? Nobody misses it. It's a long, thin muscle running from your elbow to your wrist, and it used to help our ancestors grip things better, like tree branches or rival primates' necks. Today, it's just hanging out, doing minimal wrist work, or not existing at all, and no one notices either way. Surgeons often harvest it for tendon grafts because removing it doesn't affect grip strength, which is like discovering you've been walking around with an optional part your whole life. It's the appendix of the arm, completely forgettable until someone decides to snip it out for spare parts. So congrats if you don't have it. Your evolution's way of saying, we're testing minimalist mode now. Number 10, tonsils, drama queens of the throat. Tonsils are like that coworker who shows up sick, spreads germs, and then takes 2 weeks off to recover. Again. Technically part of your immune system, tonsils are supposed to be your throat's first line of defense. But most of the time, they just get infected, inflamed, and make it feel like you swallowed a cactus. They're lymphoid tissue, which sounds impressive, but it's basically just a bacterial welcome mat. Especially in childhood, tonsils throw more tantrums than they solve problems. That's why tonsillectomies are a rite of passage for many kids. Cut out the drama, get some ice cream, move on. And guess what? Once they're gone, your immune system barely notices. It's like firing a terrible employee and realizing the office runs better without them. Number 11, Darwin's point, the useless ear flap. Look closely at the upper rim of your ear. Got a tiny bump or pointy bit? That's Darwin's tubercle. And no, it's not a birth defect or a Wi-Fi antenna. It's a throwback to when our ancestors had pointier ears for better directional hearing, basically an evolutionary souvenir. About 10% of people have it, and it does absolutely nothing now except mildly freak people out during haircuts. It doesn't improve hearing. It's not decorative. It's just there, like a weird setting someone forgot to turn off in the genetic code. It's named after Charles Darwin himself, who mentioned it while musing about leftover evolutionary traits, because apparently even ears can have personality disorders. Number 12, male uterus. Yes, that's a thing. This one's a fun biological oops. Deep in the male body, there's a little vestigial structure called the prostatic utricle, which is essentially a mini, non-functioning uterus. Yep, a ghost uterus. The blueprint for reproductive equality that never got built. During fetal development, everyone starts with the same basic internal structures, and hormones either keep or cancel certain features. In males, the uterus was canceled, but not fully deleted, just left in there like a forgotten draft. It serves zero purpose, can occasionally cause medical issues, of course, and is mostly just there for your anatomy textbook's entertainment. Nature's way of saying, we almost gave you one, but nah. Number 13, third eyelid, your eye's useless ninja flap. Ever blinked and felt like something extra tried to get involved? Meet your plica semilunaris, aka the third eyelid. It's that little pink nub in the corner of your eye that looks like it's just lurking. Birds, reptiles, and some mammals still use theirs like pros. It acts like a transparent windshield wiper that protects the eye while keeping visibility sharp. But humans, ours got demoted to background prop status. It doesn't move, it doesn't clean. It just awkwardly sits there like a forgotten cousin at a family reunion. The third eyelid is the evolutionary equivalent of a built-in Roomba that gave up in the first hour and now lives behind your couch. Once useful, now decorative. It exists to remind you that we used to be cooler. Number 14, Plantaris muscle, the disappearing calf. Extra tucked behind your calf is a skinny little muscle called the plantaris. It's the stagehand of your lower leg, barely visible, doing who knows what, and totally expendable. About 10% of people don't have one. Others have it so underdeveloped that it looks like nature half drew it and walked away. Back in the day, this muscle helped with tree climbing and gripping with our feet, which, unless you're a barefoot parkour enthusiast, isn't on your to-do list. These days, it's so minor that surgeons use it as a spare tendon donor. Think of it as the body's version of a bonus USB cable. Rarely used, but nice to have lying around for parts. Losing your plantaris changes nothing. It's the muscle version of a vestigial tail. Interesting to mention, but you're not swinging from branches anytime soon. Number 15, erections after death. Let's end on a weird one. Okay, so this one isn't technically a useless body part, but it's a phenomenon that your body insists on performing after you've clocked out permanently. It's called angel lust, and yes, it's exactly as disturbing as it sounds. In certain cases, especially when someone dies lying on their back or from traumatic injuries to the brain or spinal cord, the body's nervous system goes haywire and blood pressure redistributes. The result? A post-mortem erection. Because apparently your body thinks that's the time to rise to the occasion. There's no functional reason for it. No evolutionary advantage. Just a weird neurological reflex that proves your biology never misses a chance to be awkward, even in death. It's like your body saying, you know what would really freak out the coroner?